How's it going, everybody? Welcome back into yet another video. Today I've got a fun one. We're doing a bit of a 90s challenge today. I'm out at Falling Creek Park right now. It's 6 in the morning. Why is it 6 in the morning? Why am I at this course? Well, it's going to be 96 or 97 degrees today in Virginia, and I'm not messing around with that. So I got here at sunrise. It's like a nice 65 degrees. It'll heat up as the round goes on, but I should beat most of the heat. And this course looks incredible at sunrise. It's a beautiful property out here. Going to be playing the yellow layout, the longer layout, which is important because with the 90s molds, the fastest disc I have is a 7-speed. So I'll walk you through what I've got here. Not all of these are in 90s realistic plastic blends because I just don't have everything in DX, but I try to do the best I can and get the oldest discs I can. So I'll start with all my putters. I've got a Q Mega here. This is like a 2-ring Omega in the Quantum Plastics. This is actually a very old disc. Not sure if it's exactly 90s, but it's very old. I've got an old Champ Rhino. The Rhino is a 90s mold. Maybe not a 90s plastic once again, but this is a very old Rhino. I have this AVR. This one is definitely not from the 90s, but it's 2004. The AVR is obviously a mold that was around in the 90s, actually in the 80s as well. This is the oldest one I can find because I know it's 20 years old. It's a great disc, actually. That'll probably be my putting putter. My mids, just went with the classics, DX Shark, DX Rock, and then I do have this Champ Viper. The Viper is a 90s mold. Once again, maybe not in this plastic, but really cool, like overstable mid-range. And then for drivers, we're going with the 1-2 punch. We got the Star Leopard. This is actually a nice old pre-flight number Star Leopard. And then a Star Eagle. The new Eagle mold came around just at the end of the 90s in 99. And so that's what we're using as our fastest, most overstable driver we have. So we're going to see what we can do at a pretty difficult layout here and a long layout, somewhat long layout at Falling Creek to the yellow baskets. I think the goal today is just to get under par. I think that'd be pretty good with these discs. All right, hole 1 is straight away down the hill. I think it's just a little under 300 feet, 305 it says. But it plays downhill. I'm going to go with my rock. It should be a little bit flippy. I haven't thrown most of these discs, so a lot of them I'm going to have some guesswork on, but this is just beat in a little bit to where it probably should pop up the flat. You kind of just go right at it and try to land underneath those tree limbs and slide up to the basket. Just toss it nice and smooth down there. See what happens. I'll kind of go right at it, honestly. Ooh, it still has some stability to it. That's coasting a little left. Okay, I got behind the left tree, I think, so I think I should have a look. Maybe not a great one. Good news is that this has some stability because I think the Shark is going to be real flippy. All right, we're going to be trying out this AVR as my putter. I'm just now realizing that this may have been... Did these San Marino AVRs have a small bead? Because it almost looks like this did have a small bead and then it got rubbed off, like very distinctly. I'm not a huge like AVR historian. This one's kind of warped, so it'll be interesting to putt with. Flies great, or at least it did last time I used it. I got a bit of a low ceiling to deal with here. Also have not warmed up a single putt, but that doesn't matter. You know me. Get in there. Ooh, a little bit of a helpful catch, but that's a great birdie to start. Hey, 1 under par. Maybe this won't be too bad. Said that before.
Everybody needs to have energy in their day-to-day life, and if you've been using coffee to get that little boost, it can leave you sometimes jittery, you can get that brain fog. It is not always the perfect solution. That's why I'm going to talk to you about today's sponsor, Mud Water. You can use Mud Water to replace that daily cup of coffee. You can get rid of those jitters, get rid of that brain fog, and be alert all day long. Nothing is worse than getting that afternoon crash after drinking caffeine in the morning. That's where Mud Water comes in and helps you out. The Mud Water blend has 4 functional mushrooms and only a fraction of the caffeine in a cup of coffee, so you get natural ingredients and a great source of energy. Plus, it's super easy to make. You just take a tablespoon here, drop it into some hot water, and stir it right on in. Plus, if you want to speed up the process, Mud Water also has a frother you can check out as well. Each ingredient in Mud Water was added for a purpose. You have cacao and chai for a hint of caffeine and that hot chocolate-like flavor. Lion's mane for focus and combating that brain fog. Cordyceps to promote natural energy, and both chaga and reishi to support a healthy immune system. And one of the best parts I haven't even mentioned yet is it tastes great. In my opinion, it kind of just tastes like a chai tea latte. It's a warm, delicious drink. You can add some honey in to sweeten it. Personally, I don't think it needs it, but sometimes I like to add a little honey to give it a little bit of a sweetener. Plus, Mud Water has a coconut creamer you can add as well. And last but not least, this product is organic, gluten-free, vegan, non-GMO, Whole30 approved, and kosher. Right now, Mud Water is hooking up this channel with a special offer. If you go to mudwater.com/foundation, you can get a free frother plus 15% off. That's mudwtr.com/foundation for that free frother and 15% off. This offer is exclusive at mudwater.com/foundation. Let's get into the video.
Hole 2 is immediately a much more difficult hole. This is a par 4 playing 825 feet. And my fastest disc is this Star Eagle. So getting there in 2 is definitely not going to happen, but I need to throw good shots to even make par here. So we're just going to see how stable this is, just kind of rip it out there flat and try to get a nice drive and play. I played that way too much to the left side. That was stupid. Get way left, get way left. I'm hoping I got left of that tree out there so I don't have to dodge it, because that was not a very smart throw. I think we made it just far enough around the edge of this tree that I can work something here. Not great position. I think we're going to play the risky play and try and throw the leopard and just kind of smooth it out there, try to get a position where we can get up and down. It's probably not the smartest idea, but I feel like if I throw it kind of soft, it's not going to be crazy flippy, right? No, yeah. That's a nice little gentle turnover right to the middle of the fairway. Good shot. So now we have, like, that's what I'm saying, this hole is hard. I mean, we have probably 150 to 200 feet in to get up and down for par. Reaching this hole in 2, even with distance drivers, is tough. I'm going to try and throw the forehand approach with the Rhino here. Let me know what you guys think about the Rhino in the comments. It's kind of a tricky disc. It's not as overstable as you might think it is. Some guys really love it, though. I used to bag one way back, but I don't think I would these days. It's not as reliable as I'd like, but let's see. Maybe we'll fall back in love with it today. Maybe not. It's kind of a far forehand for it. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I need way more disc. Barely made it up to the tier. That's like 35 feet. Yeah, I just can't really release it very clean. And like I said, like, it's not super overstable, so you can't just chop over on it. Yeah, I definitely should just run the Viper there or something. Yeah, more disc or a backhand hyzer, because there's enough room on the right side of the green. I don't know why I don't just throw the backhand hyzer there. Because that's just not a good upshot at all. This is a long putt. Just inside the circle too, which is the worst. Maybe we can keep the magic going with this AVR. Get in there. Man, that was one of the best putts I've thrown in a minute. That was. Also, this disc looks hilarious flying because it's like slightly warped, but that was all over the pole. Popped it from 30 feet. We'll take it. Wow, that's an impressive par save there, because I was not thinking I was going to make that putt. Hole 3 is one of my favorite holes in this course. It's so beautiful. You got this like slight valley, downhill to uphill, 350 feet. I like to go forehand on this hole. Not sure if I can get there with the Eagle. We're going to find out. I like to go distance driver. I think I'll go more direct at it and maybe flex it a little bit to try and make up for it. See how that works. I overdid it. Just get out of there. Be short. Be short. Okay. All right. That's not too bad. I can get up and down from there. I gave that a little bit too much anhyzer. And also, it got a pretty full flex, and I don't even think it's pin high. So that's not enough disc. Should have gone backhand. Okay. We're pin high. Not too bad. Just flick it up and down. Took me a second to find it because I was looking in the wrong spot, and this grass is really thick until I finally unburied it. It took me like 15 minutes. If you notice the sun change. Missed that tree. Oh, good kick. All right, under the basket for a par. We move on. All right, back to another difficult hole here. Hole 4. Takes a while to get through the first few holes in this course just because they're long. This is another par 4. You're trying to get past this initial gap, past the second tree line, and then the basket's really far down on the right. It's a tough hole. We got to start leopard though. Ooh, kind of ripped it high and kicked out of the gap. Gosh, I'm not giving myself any favors by throwing bad tee shots with slower discs than I would normally use. Kind of a long way in. We got a mile into the basket now, so I just need to throw this leopard as hard as I can, get it way down there. Try to get an easy save for par. Missed that. Oh no, it touched a limb again. I really hope that had enough time to fade out. It was on an okay line, kind of inside. It nipped that little limb up there, and instead of just dumping it left, it kicked it right. Like it put it on more anhyzer. And there's trouble right. It had a lot of height on it, but I hope it had enough time to get out of that because that stuff is jail. We had just enough fade to get back into the fairway here. I'm going to try and throw a Viper forehand approach, try and save my par. Oh my gosh, that is so bad. Hit a house. That was so sawed off. That is terrible. Okay, after that sorry upshot, I have this long putt for par. Hey, you know, I haven't missed a putt yet with this thing, so you never know what'll happen. Oh, that was, that's not gonna happen. Holy cow, that was bad. Not where I wanted to take my first bogey. You just like, on these first few holes, like you have to mess up pretty bad to take a bogey, and that tee shot and second shot were just, and third shot, they were all stunk. All right, finally got here to hole 5. It's 366 feet. It goes up past this first grouping of trees, way up the hill. Very hard to two, almost impossible. So I'm gonna just play it for 3 here. I need to keep that leopard in my bag because not throwing it very well, apparently. I'm gonna go with this DX Shark. It's really light, it should flip. I'm gonna just try and play it just past the first tree line and then get up and down. Oh, and I forgot to mention, I'm not playing a full 18. I don't quite have time for that, but I am gonna play a little bit past 9. I think I'm gonna try and like cut over and play at least like 12 holes or so. Yeah, I'm not really smoothing anything today. Hit the tree, stayed in the tree. Solid. Well, from under this tree, not the worst spot ever. The ceiling's a little awkward though, and I'm throwing directly into the sun, so I'm a little blind, but we're gonna just try to throw a turnover with the AVR. Just get a decent shot in. That needs to keep turning. Oh, okay. I think that's pretty good. I think we parked it. Thank goodness. Okay, decent little par to stop the bleeding. Got some scoreable holes coming up now where I don't need distance drivers. So that should be nice. Hole 6 is 350 feet. This one finishes, you see the straight line here and then the tree line. It's just on the right side of the tree line. There's a break in the trees ways up there, more so than there used to be. So I'm gonna try and throw the turnover with the rock. You just have to give it enough height and throw it hard enough to push it towards where that break is and then let it coast in. It's not a super easy shot. I don't hate that if it has enough distance. Line's good. Oh, that's not too bad. That's a little bit short. That's kind of a rip for me with the mid-range, but I think it might be 25, 30 feet. We finally have another birdie look. It's been a minute here. Similar to the putt we made for par on 2. Let's see what we can do here. Oh, it's left. Not the worst thrown putt. It had good height. I just left it out a little bit. I never got it to flat. That's kind of my miss right now. It's not the worst miss ever, considering my misses, but instead of getting like up to chest and like spinning it flat like that, I let it pop out a little bit early on hyzer. It's like old habits, I guess. And the good news is that usually doesn't mean it just stalls and goes way left of the basket like it used to. It kind of just, sometimes it catches, sometimes it spits out like that. It's not the end of the world. Sometimes it's about making your misses not as ugly. And whatever, we'll take par. This should be a fun one. Hole 7, 330. It's a big old hyzer. The basket finishes in this tree line. You're sending it out wide. Normally I go distance driver because it affords me to be able to throw it wider and higher. With the Eagle here, I'm gonna have to take it lower and a little bit flatter probably, but it's doable. It's certainly reachable. Plays longer than 330 though, I promise. Trust me. Oh man. That tree might have actually helped me a little bit. Get a skip. That came out of my hand. I was trusting that disc a little bit too much. It came out kind of flat and it was turning. Even if I had missed that limb, I would have been right of the basket. I don't know if I could have got there on hyzer though. I'm not really throwing it super far today, and like this hole, it doesn't play 330. I don't understand. Maybe it's because like even throwing like kind of right like I just did, you're still significantly right of the basket. So like you're always having to throw it on hyzer. I don't know. Maybe we have a run. Well, this shot was way better than I thought. Turns out I had more than enough distance because even when I hit the tree, I am pin high. I guess that's what happens when you throw a flex line 330 feet with a driver. Here we go. Downhiller, it's definitely a slippery one, but not super far. Just have to trust the putt and jam it in there. Get in there. There you go. That was better. Pop that one to flat. It's always a little more awkward to get it up to flat, but when I do and I hit it right, it pays off. That's a nice birdie. Hole 8 is actually optimal for the eagle here, 315 feet. It's a big hyzer into that kind of dark cove of trees in there. This is pretty similar to what I would normally throw. Just have to give it a little bit of hyzer so that it doesn't flip over. Oh, that's a lot of hyzer. Dude, I am a little all over the place today. Holy smokes, get out of the tree. That is, I'm kind of spraying it, and honestly, I've been throwing it pretty well lately. I'm just a little out of sync. Maybe it's the early morning. Oh boy. Nothing very exciting here. I'll try and give it a little hyzer run with the Rhino. See if we can get close at it here. A little bit short. Oh, a lot of bit short. Oh my gosh. Okay, it's like 20 feet. This is like, I do it a lot on this hole. For some reason, I'll get like close for birdie and end up with like a 25 footer for par out of nowhere. Nice, almost missed that high. Not too bad, just gotta pop that wrist. Okay, very easy hole 9 and 10 coming up. Would love to get a couple insurance birdies. Really simple hole 9 here to round out the much more scoreable front 9. It's only 230 down this hill, and it finishes just a little bit left past a little creek bed that plays casual. So I'm gonna go with Q Mega here. Should be a lot of fun, real old disc. That's a nice throw. Sit. Nice. I think that is parked. I really want to ace this hole at some point. I feel like it's such an easy hole. And oh, I didn't see the red basket for a second. I thought they pulled it. Not bad. Okay. I mean, I think that's 2 under for the front 9, which isn't that bad, but you got to remember if you're playing like a normal 18-hole round on this XL layout, that's where you got to do the scoring. Like realistically, you should be at least 4 under on that front 9 because the back 9 to get a few under par is pretty good because there's a lot more places to make mistakes. But I mean, considering I didn't play super well and I have a limited bag, I'm not mad about 2 under. It kind of feels weird. I'm like, how did I end up 2 under? You know, I guess at the end of the day, if you make a few putts, there's not a ton of places to blow up. So, like I said, I'll play as many holes as I have time for. I've got to be home to watch my kids. Dad life. So yeah, we'll see how many holes we can get on the back. Okay, hole 10 is 320 feet. It's not super difficult, but I can struggle with this hole sometimes. Usually I try to force the forehand. Not today. I'm just going to throw the backhand rock turnover. The green just gets kind of skinny back in the corner, and if you overturn it, there's trouble. Also, if you go long, but it's not a super difficult hole. Once again, hit a little bit of shrubbery coming out of that. Hopefully it still goes far enough. It's on a good line. Okay, can't tell how short that is. For some reason, I'm like trying to brush every near branch off of every shot I throw today. It's like the 4th or 5th time it's happened, but I think it didn't do enough to hurt that shot. Okay, this shot was actually fantastic. Heck, maybe if I hadn't hit those shrubs, I could have had the ace. That was actually very difficult. I wasn't really looking at the basket. How do people do that? Okay, we're on hole 11 now. I think I've decided I'm going to play. So I played 10, 11. I'm going to play 12 and then finish up on, I think, 18 and 19. It technically is the yellows, or 19 and 20. So we'll have 14 holes total. I've been throwing the eagle a lot. This is a par 4, 575. It's a very gettable par 4. Very easy with the distance driver. I've been throwing the eagle too much. I'm going to go Viper, Viper. I'm going to see if I can go Viper, Viper. Maybe Viper, Viper, Viper. No, I'll throw a putter. We'll go Viper, Viper, putt. Try to make birdie. This thing should be plenty overstable. I'm going to really work it out and use the space. Or just throw it early left and get super pinched. Sick drive to the red basket. That is going to make this darn near impossible. What am I doing today? Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm left and I'm pinched, but there is this upper gap. I'm going to try and go up and over with it and cut the corner. I should have plenty of distance to get there if I cut the corner off. I hope I don't lose this disc in the woods. Just going to rip it up there on hyzer. Go left, go way left, way left. Okay. Sit. I heard it land. I thought it was going to be a little bit long, but that could be okay. That could be decent. This is a pretty good shot. That left, I will say, if you get pinched left there, like that up hyzer line is not bad. It's a little blind and like I could have gone long, but I didn't. I'm close enough that I think I'm gonna try and go Viper putt here to go the triple Viper birdie here. That was probably not wise. Okay. That was a Viper par. Say that 5 times fast. Do you ever hear me say something like, I think I'm close enough to, just tell me to shut up and putt it with my normal putter? All right, hole 12 was quite challenging. You got this 300 feet, you got this low ceiling, tight gap, and then there's a tree, and the basket is behind it, so you can either throw a flex forehand around it or flex backhand. I like backhand. I think that's much more favorable. The eagle should work for the shot, as long as I can get it there. Not throwing it very far today. I just need to hit a line. Keep turning, get under the tree. Ah, the tree caught it. I needed to flex it over further to the right. I'm not sure how far that is. It might be outside the circle. Okay, this isn't too bad. Gosh, there's so many spider webs this morning. I'm wearing them. Some days. I'm gonna have to go to a knee here. And yeah, I mean, it's pretty straightforward knee putt. I actually kind of like the knee putt. It never felt too awkward, at least when I'm going this way on a knee. Going to the right. Oh, that was a good line. Just low. Didn't quite pop it up high enough. All right, not a bad par. Not a bad par. All right, we've jumped over to 19 now. We're gonna play 19 and 20 to finish. We're well under par still. I think we're still 3 under because I missed that Viper putt. So we should be able to hit our goal. I'm gonna make it a little harder on myself. I'm gonna try to go shark on this hole, 500 feet, slightly uphill, because yeah, it'd just be fun. I'm tired of throwing that eagle. I need more 90s discs. They didn't have enough discs back then. I got bored. All right, a lot of hyzer. There you go, Trevor. Don't you dare hit that limb. Okay, hey, that was nice. Okay, I should be able to get up and down from there. Just take another good throw at the shark. All right, we probably have about 270, 280 in for the shark. Doable, but it's still a rip. Go right at it on a lot of hyzer. That's a beauty. Sit down, actually. I cooked it. Okay, that got there a lot quicker than I thought. I think I went like 30 or 40 long. Not the best footing here for another one of these one disc birdies on par 4s. I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna putt him with the shark. Get in there. Oh, dang it. I was hoping the lightness of that disc would help it stay straight, but it just ended up getting launched off those chains on the left side. Ah, par. All right, one more hole. Let's see what we can do. All right, made it to the last hole, hole 20, par 3. It's only 250 feet. You got the lattice wall behind here. May remember this from the foundation channel. So where Hunter got the tilt ace. Very aceable hole. Going rock right at it. Oh, it's a great line, but it's just going to be short. Wow. It was right at it, too. That's going to be parked. I'll never forget when I was out here with Paul once. He threw 4 undertakers on line drives at the lattice behind the basket and hit it 4 times in a row. Boom, 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 boom. Which is really hard, by the way. Really hard with the drive. Yep, great line there. Just needed a little more distance. That's all. Nice birdie to finish out the round. That always feels good. Keeps coming back. Hopefully you enjoyed the video today. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate all your support. It's so incredible that I've already gotten to 25,000 of you subscribers on this channel. It means the world to me. It's really awesome to see the support this channel has gotten and the journey we've been on in the first 10 months or so of this channel. Also, let me know in the comments below if there's other specialized bags you'd like to see me play with. I really like doing videos like this, whether it's from a certain era or a certain manufacturer or any category you can think of that's fun. I love those type of videos. So thanks again for watching. I'll see you next Monday.